So why did we not have a podcast last week?
Because I'm old. I hurt my back.
Oh.
This is the most sitting I've been doing. This podcast will be the most sitting I've been doing for a week. So we'll see how my back
sad.
does.
Sad.
For the win! Boom, Donovan! The open shot. Who gets the play? Oh, he caught it! Caught! Are you? Goes Hapanga.
This podcast audio is recorded entirely using the camera's audio. This is because the microphones that we use sounded like this.
So why did we not have a podcast last week? Because I'm old. I hurt my back.
So yeah, enjoy. Hello and welcome back to the Eastman Sport Report, your father's son, coach player podcast about the Sacramento Kings and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, Max Eastman, joined once again by my co-host, Steven Eastman.
Hey, Max, how you doing? Thanks, everybody, for coming to our podcast and listening. We greatly appreciate you, all the different listeners out there. We hope you enjoyed our NBA season prediction show.
100%.
And again, please like and subscribe. Put some comments in there. We appreciate all the viewers out there. I think we get over 60, almost 70 views with our NBA. So we really appreciate all the viewers out there. Hope you are enjoying us. Okay, so we are on one camera today because we're doing something different. We're playing with our podcasting studio here today.
I'm going to show an image like about now of what we're looking at. So, as you can tell, we're kind of watching and recording at the same time. So, if we're saying stuff, that's kind of happening right now. We're watching this Wall Sunday Night Football, and the Kings versus Lakers game is happening on October 26th.
Yeah, so right now in the Lakers-Kings games, Lakers just made a free throw with 2:56 remaining in the third. Takes two free throws, actually, to take the lead 86-84. And then it's that commercial in the Steelers-Packers game for Sunday Night Football. It is 22-19 in that game.
And the reason why we're recording on a Sunday night instead of a regular Tuesday night is because I'm going to have a busy week, frankly, because my soccer team made playoffs, and I have a game Monday. Yep. I might have a game Tuesday if we win our game Monday.
And if you keep winning, you go on to Thursday?
Keep going on to Thursday, and then hopefully I keep winning, and then this will be more of a problem for the schedule.
Yes.
But
So we were like, let's just get it done on the Sunday night since we missed last week. And we'd already have two Niners games to talk about, two Kings games, and the third one is going on as we're watching.
At the location where we record, we found this giant TV on wheels that we rolled into the studio.
Yes.
And we're just watching the games on. So it's fun. We're having fun out here.
Yeah. We're looking at the terrible towels being made on one screen. And was it Malik Monk
tying in a free throws?
Lots of free throws. The terrible towels are being waved over there one screen. And then Marcus Smart passing over to Austin Reeves.
If you want to sync this up, it's 2:28 in the third quarter.
Of the Kings game. Kings just fouled Vanderbilt, I think it is. And
it's 22-19 with 12:58 left in the fourth quarter for the Packers-Steelers game. Yes. So if you want to turn this on and sort of play-by-play, rewatching this, because this is not a live stream because we don't know how to live stream yet.
We are working on that. We are getting the technology to do that. So maybe someday we will live stream on a Sunday Night Football after a Niners game, and we'll come in here live stream.
Or we'll live stream one of the Kings games.
Maybe,
They're less stressful, I could say.
Yes. Yeah.
Less stakes. There's a lot more Kings games.
So, yes, we might try doing that stuff too. So we are working on the technology to do that. More just the software and all the hardware we got all that stuff working today. Anyway, okay, on to our normal stuff here. That was the beginning stuff. So we have two Niners games to talk about. So the Niners have gone 1-1 since we last talked. They have played a great game on Sunday Night Football against the Falcons.
I wish I could record a podcast before we got here.
Yeah.
Because now I watched the Texans game and I'm just kind of sad.
Yeah, that was it was funny. It was like the Falcons game was so high, so amazing, so great. And then today's game was
exact
opposite games. Which, if I was to put the two together and where are the Niners at, I was looking at a whole bunch of stats to put this team together. this team has a whole bunch of heart. Like, I got a quote from a few people here. It's like, bones break, ligaments sprain, muscles tear, but toughness is a talent too. Hunger is contagious, and heart, man, compensates for so much. The Niners play with a lot of heart.
Who said that?
It was one of the Athletic writers.
Okay.
So I'll give credit to one of the Athletic writers that wrote that. Like, this, of course, was after the Falcons game. The Niners have so much hunger. You just ran in today of, you lost your talent. And I was getting back to, like, okay, for the Niners formula, at the beginning of the season, their defense was actually playing better than expected.
Yes.
They were playing
100%.
really good. Well, now you have Fred Warner out, and you kind of had the high of Fred Warner out last week, and you still played a good game. This week, it's like, okay, well, now it's like day-to-day, and Fred Warner's still out. You probably didn't travel with the team because you don't want to just surgery to travel with him, those types of things. Okay, the offense has to step up. Like, this defense is probably a middle-of-the-road defense.
Yeah.
I know they're
right now.
they're better on coach's challenge. I didn't see that we're getting sideways. Coach's challenge in the Kings Lakers game. Anyway, okay, the Niners have. You look at all the stats; they're a middle of the road team, but their heart has got them to 5-2. Okay, well, their talent caught up to them today. As in, for the Niners' formula to win, their offense has to carry them and do what you did in the Falcons game of control the clock, and the defense doesn't on the field as much.
Yes.
Like, that's the Niners' formula. And it totally broke today against the Texans.
It took until like 30 seconds left in the second half, second quarter. It took until like 30 seconds in the first half for the Niners to score the first points of the game.
Yeah.
And it was already 14-0 at that point.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And Tucker Kraft just scored a touchdown for the Packers, by the way.
Okay, so that puts them up 28-19 before the.
Not looking great
extra
for my
point.
predictions of me picking the Steelers. But
Yeah, well,
we're going to get to that in a bit.
Yeah, well, looking good for mine. Okay.
But if we I said this at the start of this, I really wish we could talk
more. It was
more.
16-0.
Yes,
16-0 before that, and the Niners scored, make it 16-7. Like, the last minute of the second quarter was the only good quarter.
Yes,
only 1 minute of the whole first half. You got a touchdown to Kittle, interception by Lenore. If you would have got down 2 or 3 seconds earlier, maybe we got a field goal and make it 10-16. That'd have been amazing for that first half.
Yes,
because the Texans just dominated today. If we go to the Texans game, their first 3 possessions, they were at least 9 plays, if not double figures on every single drive. And the Niners going like 3 and out. And like they had like what was it at one point? Was it like 10 plays to like 30 something? I think the Texans had 16 first downs to 0 at one point. It might have gotten a little bit higher than that. But anyway, yeah, just an ugly game, I guess you'd say, from a Niners perspective. Disappointing, downer. They're a very good contrast to games. Like, and this is kind of where the Niners are this season. Okay, so you want to go back a little bit to the Falcons game first?
Sure.
Okay, back to the Falcons game.
Okay. So, personally, I don't understand why the consensus from the Falcons game is that we stopped Bijan Robinson. Like, I guess you could say that we stopped him, but he only had 14 carries.
Well, but they stopped him enough where he didn't get a lot.
And you go out and make Michael Penix throw 38 passes? I understand that if Bijan Robinson isn't being able to move the ball, you should move away from him. But also, he's Bijan Robinson. Why are you not giving him the ball more? He's one of the best running backs in the league right now.
But when he has a 2.9
Probably
average,
top 5,
you're not going to give it the ball that much.
I never felt comfortable with us actually stopping it. Like, the entire game, I thought he was doing good. I didn't think we were stuffing him.
He only had 22 yards at halftime. I mean, he had 40 for the whole game, but 22 at halftime.
I think that was more of a overall defense thing of that we just stopped the Falcons in general. Instead of we stopped Bijan Robinson, is that we stopped Bijan Robinson the first few times. Like, the first drive that the Falcons had, or the first 2 drives, where they went down and scored their like 10 points in the second quarter, or 3 points in the second quarter. And like, those drives, I felt like we couldn't stop Bijan Robinson. So those were always playing in the back of my mind of, how are we going to stop this guy? Because he's a top 5 running back in the league. He can do a lot of stuff. People are saying that he's better than CMC right now. So I was always worried about this. And then they somehow go away from that. And I don't understand why you would, as a Falcons head coach, I don't understand why you would go away from your probably all-pro running back.
Yeah. I do remember that game. It was very much, which NBC called it, they're trying to make up something like today is National Tight Ends Day. And so they're trying to make last weekend National Running Backs Day, which was fitting because you got CMC versus Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
The Niners did not start out hot. Like their first first possession ended up in a punt. Second one, an interception. The third one, they got the touchdown. And then the fourth one had a strip sack by Huff. Max Jones had a strip sack, but Connor Colby had a catch, which is interesting. Well, after a strip sack by Huff, the Niners get the ball back with not much time left. They do get a little bit of yardage. Mac Jones had a strip sack, so he was strip sacked. But it was not really. It was kind of a strip sack fumble pass.
Yes.
I think it was technically a pass. Very bad pass.
Didn't
of course.
Cooney catch it?
Connor Colby caught it. Connor Colby caught it, resulted in a catch, and he kind of went forward 5 yards, made it close enough for
Eddie Pinheiro to kick a field goal
to make it 10-3 at halftime.
Who I think now after the Texans game is. I don't think he kicked a field goal.
No, he did.
He's
I think he was
17. He's still 17 for 17
as a Niner.
Which is the most ever. He passed Robbie Gould for the record now
to start
or tied it. I'm not 100% sure.
But the Niners were running the ball. Like the whole Niners game. That game was all about rushing yards. They had 100 yards over 100 yards at halftime, which big surprise. George Kittle's back.
Yes.
And Juan Jennings is back. Both of them are really good at blocking, and you can totally see the Kittle effect. The Kittle effect was huge to the run game. Just huge
I agree.
in the run game. The defense was playing better. They were playing inspired with Fred Warner kind of beat up in the booth, being a primetime game. Pinheiro gets 17 for 7 if you give the Niners a 13-3 lead in the second quarter. I have my notes there. The overall thing was this was the George Kittle. Man, is he amazing blocker.
Yes.
Such an amazing blocker.
If we look back at the Seahawks game and this game, you can see the difference of the drive where we had George Kittle versus the entire rest of the game, and the Falcons game where we have George Kittle for the entire game, of what the run blocking just looks like. Yeah. Because Luke Farrell is a good player, he's a good blocker, and Jake Tonkus is a good player, he's a good blocker.
He's a better catcher. He's more of a catcher. But anyway, go ahead. Yes.
But they're not George Kittle.
No, they're not.
Luke Farrell's definitely a better blocker than Jake Tonkus is, but neither of them are as good at blocking as George Kittle is. Neither of them want to block as much as George Kittle wants to. And I think that the energy and the blocking, most importantly, that Kittle brings, along with Juwan Jennings blocking with us, it's just unlocked a part of the running that we were missing the entire season, because we got our first rushing touchdown that game in 7 games?
Yeah.
6 games?
And I did say, I noticed there was a lot of, there's 2 that Juan Jennings missed blocks. But I think it's more of a little bit of rust, and he's not completely healthy. He's good enough to play, but not completely healthy. But Kittle was just all over the place.
Yes.
I think he had like maybe 1 target in that game. I'm trying to go over here and find it just for the this one doesn't show targets. Oh, it does show targets over there. But of course he didn't have a catch, so it doesn't he had 2 targets. So he had 2 targets, but I think they were generous in saying he had 2 targets. But anyway, he doesn't care. And that's the amazing thing about George Kittle, is he's such a great pass catcher, but he loves to block.
Yes.
He so loves to block.
100%.
And it's just a matter of great for young people out there watching the game, whatever sport you play. Like, you could be great at something, but just to have the joy of winning as a team, that's what George Kittle does. He loves
100%.
helping his teammates play. He loves helping his teammates do well. It doesn't have to always be him getting the touchdown catch.
Yes,
he loves getting everybody else going.
If I could do the coach-player part of that, I think that me, as a player, I'm never the best player on my team. I think you can agree on that.
Yeah.
But I never look to be the scorer, the guy who's doing all this stuff. I always look to get rebounds and make assists, and also play defense for basketball and also soccer. But I haven't scored a goal in soccer in 2 years. I don't think I'm going to because I'm playing defense this year. But I've definitely had assists.
Yeah, you got an assist this year. Yeah, which was a nice assist. Yeah,
definitely had assists last year as well.
Yeah,
when I played more of a right wing type role. But I think that the mindset of I'm a team player. I don't need to be the best guy in the court. I just need to win games is a mentality that a lot more people need to have, because I feel like we're seeing a lot of divas in sports right now.
Yeah. The other thing I'd say about going along with that is the Niners, the team in the Falcons game, there were so many people that stepped up big in this game.
Yes.
Like Tatum Bethune stepping in for Fred Warner. Had a good game. Now, this is also the game where our center, Jake Brendel, was lost injury before halftime. Renardo Green, starting cornerback, lost for injury by the middle of that game. And then, but Chase Lucas comes in and steps up and gets a huge pass breakup on 4th and 1.
100%. Yes.
That really sealed the game. I think the Niners were up by 10 at that point, but basically that sealed the game. And he was just huge. Which the funny thing is about that play that he was quoted after the game in kind of the post game interviews, where he's like, he said this he did this in preseason against the Raiders, and he talked about how the coaches give him like 100 and something plays, and he's like, oh, it was only like 80 something against the Falcons, but he's like, when was it Drake London goes in motion across the screen, he's most likely doing an out. And so as soon as Chase Lucas saw that, he's like, oh, he's going on out. And so he goes over and he knows exactly where the play is. And that's how he got to it.
Yes.
So film work that's good coaching. And when you know that you're like Chase Lucas, he was drafted a couple of years ago. I think it was either 7th round or undrafted guy. I forget off the top of my head. You have to study.
Yes.
You have to do your extra homework.
And
he did that.
I think you could say that's what Brock Purdy did, because he is not the biggest talent that you'll see out there, but he has a mind that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have and Trey Lance didn't have, or definitely Mac Jones doesn't have, that it just expands his game. I think Tom Brady talked about it, of he was never the best passer, he was never the most accurate passer, he was never the best runner, but he knew what defense you were playing. And he knew what offense he was playing. So he knew where the open spots were going to be before the play even started. And I think that's incredibly important, to have the mental skill. Like, mental skill, I think the coaches talk about, it's like, games are 80% mental. And they are.
Yeah.
Because as much as you are physically able, you can't do anything if you can't kick 60-yard field goals if you don't know how to aim or calm your mind down so that you can focus on nothing else besides the football. You can't throw bombs 80 yards downfield like Patrick Mahomes does if you don't know where your wide receiver is, if you don't know where the defender is, and you don't know how to control your body to do that.
And another thing I would say about the grid of this game, even when you're CMC, the best player.
Yes.
One of the most crucial parts of the game, it was like 3rd and 13, I think it was, toward the end of the game. Niners are up 13-10. They're trying to go down and get a score to take a 2-possession lead.
Yes.
And CMC says after 2nd down, hey, coach, I need to come out. And Kyle Shanahan called a play. And he's like, nope, you go back in. Because the play was to him. And he's like, oh, okay. So it's even your star players have to realize, oh, I'm tired, but I can go out there and give you like one more play. I can go give you one extra minute of play. Like when you're out there playing basketball, you're playing soccer, you're playing football, you're like, okay, coach, I can give you one more play. I'll keep sucking up and keep going. And that's what CMC did. And it was a beautiful play design because you had Kittle and CMC both going in there, and the defense had to choose. And the defense chose to go after Kittle.
Funny thing about the defense,
yes.
You've probably heard about this because you're locked into like Kings, Niners stuff. The Falcons had 10 players on the field in that play.
Yeah.
And then the one guy who was out there should have been covering it, McCaffrey. So, mental game, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, mental mistakes. I mean, mental mistakes are super important, and the Niners didn't make any. Well, I don't say any, but they made very little in the
Yes.
Falcons game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made mental mistakes today in the Texans game.
100%.
Yes. So we talked about Kittle effect. We'll get to CMC later. When Kittle was on the field, Niners had 28 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1.4 yards of average before contact.
Mm-hmm.
When Kittle was off the field, they only had 6 rushes, but it was only 6 rushes for 12 yards and a minus 2.1 average before contact
Mm-hmm.
when George Kittle's not out there. Yeah, he's kind of important to the run game. Which
Just a little.
Which we've been saying that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to some of the other stuff there later. Okay, even the offensive line played good. We talked about Matt Hennessy came in and played good. Even the last touchdown to CMC.
3-pointer by Devontae Sabonis.
Nice.
Take the lead up to 4, I think.
Okay. In the other game, Packers are up by 10. Under 10 minutes to go, Kings up by 4, 101-97. And that could be a turnover?
Roy Hachimura just fell to the floor, flopping.
That looked like a travel, but they didn't call it, and Lakers shoot a 3 rebound.
Brick it. Okay, continuing.
Anyway, sorry. Okay. So Matt Hennessy, the last touchdown. I loved the last touchdown. Of course, the NBC guys, rules guys said it should have been a penalty because you can't pull a player into the end zone, but you can push your teammate into the end zone.
Okay.
I don't get that.
Weird rule.
Yeah, weird rule, and my cords are getting caught up here on me. Anyway, so you're like, because that was basically CMC got first contact about the 5-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
CMC was pushing, and then you have Matt Hennessy, Connor Colby, everybody kind of just pushing the pile into the end zone, and they fell in to get a touchdown for the last one. Huge needed touchdown for the Niners there. Anything else on the Niners?
Not for that
Falcons
game.
Okay, let's cover today's game a little bit. We don't have as much notes now. I did technically write like every single possession I wrote notes on because I'm like, it's interesting when you take notes for a game versus just watching and listening, and you're going to do a lot of podcasts like soon afterwards.
Yeah.
It's very different writing notes. Little behind the scenes because you don't know what's important.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what the game-changing play is.
Yes.
Anyway, the Texans game today.
If I could compare it to another game that happened this season, it's the Jaguars game, where our offense couldn't do anything, and our defense was okay, but you never gave them time to rest because it was the Texans' first possession. They go all the way down and they get a field goal, I think.
Yeah. Second one.
Immediately 3 and out by the Niners.
Second one. Well, technically they had like a whole bunch of penalties.
Yes.
So it seemed like 7 plays, but they never technically got a first down.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Second possession by the Texans, they go all the way down. I think they score a touchdown, right? There's another field goal.
Another field goal.
Okay.
So, but the other on that play, they had a 50-yard pass play by a running back because no one was covering him.
Yeah.
I think that's again that Fred Warner effect, where you're like, wait a minute, there's a running back coming out of the backfield. Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just no one was guarding him. I forget who the running back was. Didn't write that down. But like, there's a couple like huge plays that the Niners defense gave up.
Assuming it's Woody Marks because he had 11 carries for 62 yards. On
it was a reception. It was probably Marks with his long 50-yard reception there. So I think it was him. That sounds about right. But besides a couple big plays, the Texans offense and the Niners defense, it was death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like it was just
definitely, 100%.
What's the third down percentage in today's game? Get the Texans because I felt like they had like so many third downs and we never stopped them on third down. I feel like it was like 12 out of 15, but I don't know exactly here. We'll see if we can find it really quick here. Maybe if we go to third down stacks, third down efficiency, they were only 9 out of 16. I thought they were better than that. They were 1 out of 1 on fourth down. So that'd be kind of like 10. So yeah, I guess then the other ones were field goals because they had 4 field goals.
Yes.
And they did have 1 punt. So, okay. So yeah, still like 10 out of 17 in third and fourth downs.
Yes.
Is where we're at. So yeah, they just always seem to be getting first downs or like on second down. It was, they were going slow down the field, just super long drives.
Yes.
Super
Time
long
of possession for the entire game, the Niners had 18 minutes and 38 seconds. The Texans had 41 minutes and 22 seconds.
That's exactly what the Niners should want to do, because
Yes.
with the defense they have, which is now middle of the road because you don't have the difference makers, your offense now has to do this. This is what you have to do to win. This is what they're going to have to do against the Giants next week. If you're going to beat the Rams in 2 weeks, this is what you're going to have to do. Exactly what the Texans did to the Niners.
If we look at the Falcons game from last week, the Falcons had 27 minutes and the Niners had 32. It
wasn't a huge difference.
It's a huge difference. It's not a huge difference.
Because it seemed like the Niners held the ball a lot more. Mm-hmm. But
especially in the second half, I'd say. The Niners had the ball a lot more.
But this game, the full first half was just Texans. The first quarter.
Yes.
Just, Niners had one possession and they didn't even get a first down in there. So, it was a very frustrating game. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Very, very frustrating game.
Mm-hmm. I said this. I already said this. It was like the Jaguars game where all of these bad things are happening, and then it comes down to the last drive of the game, and we're somehow still in it. It's an 8-point game. We can go down and tie it and bring it to overtime. And before we talk more in depth, I was just like, you're getting a playoff right before the 2-minute warning. You still have 2 timeouts. You don't have to run a play because it's about to go into the 2-minute warning. And you do anyway. Okay, sure, maybe you'll get some yardage, and then Mac Jones throws an interception. It's a bad throw. You throw it to the defender. You're supposed to throw it back into the back of the end zone. You just throw it straight into his hand.
It was a deep pass.
Yeah.
But you underthrew it. Mm-hmm. Now he was under pressure, which I think is the other part of this game, is the Texans defense, and depending on where you look at things, I've heard some people call the Texans defense the number 1 defense in the league. Which after this game they might go higher. I've seen other ones show that they're only 4th. Now, what I was looking at was 4th in total yards. There might be other ways to do it, where they're saying they're number 1. Maybe they're number 1 efficiency that David Lombardi likes to talk about. Mm-hmm. But the Texas defense is really good.
Yes,
you got to give them credit.
100%.
The game was
D'Amico Ryans knows how to coach a defense.
Yeah, and they have really good players.
Yes.
Yeah, Will Anderson and the other.
Aziz El-Shire?
No, the other defensive end. I want to say it's Huntley. No, not Huntley. That's the quarterback on the Ravens. I'm looking over here.
Bill Anderson?
Daniel Hunter, I think, is the other one that I'm
Daniel
talking
Hunter?
about. Yeah,
okay.
Daniel Hunter is the other defensive end that I'm thinking of. Anyway, really good defensive ends.
Yes.
For both of those. And Mac Jones didn't have much. I think he only had 1 or 2 sacks. Mm-hmm. But he just was getting beat up all day. That was the reason why the Niners... What happened to the Kings? They were up they were up by 4 or 5, and now they're down by 4. It's 105-101. Lakers must have gone on a 8-0 run.
There's still
I don't know. We're talking about
7 minutes left,
yeah.
And it looks like the Packers are beating up on the Steelers in the second half.
It was 19-13 at one point.
Yes,
19-14,
and now it's
like
36-19.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, Packers are finally getting their cruising in the second half there. Mm-hmm. We'll hopefully get to the Kings game and hopefully be close at the end, and we'll do some play-by-play. For what we're hoping for is to finish up with live Kings game over here.
Yes.
Anyway, the Texans game, in the first half, of course, the Niners offense did hardly nothing. Mm-hmm. Except for that they right before halftime, they got the ball back. Huge return to midfield. Got a face mask penalty on Robinson, which is the only play Robinson had. Mm-hmm. Our running back Brian
Robinson.
We started the position on the 35-yard line. With 39 seconds to go, we got a long pass to Bourne, and then an amazing catch by Kittle for a touchdown with 3 defenders around him. That was an amazing throw and catch.
Yes.
Give him totally credit.
Happy National Tight Ends Day.
Yes. Kittle's thing. So, he got a touchdown on National Tight Ends Day. And at the halftime, it was 14 plays to the Niners to 45.
And we were only down by 1 score.
Technically, it was 16-7.
Okay. It was. It wasn't a far away game.
Yeah, it wasn't because the defense did only give up 1 touchdown. They gave up 3 field goals in the first half, but they only the death by 1,000 paper cooks type of thing we talked about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the defense still held them to only field goals.
3 by Zach Levine.
Yeah, Okay. So, but the second half came out, and the Niners started getting some injuries. Alfred Collins was out earlier. He came back in. D. Winters
got injured. Another thing to talk about for this week versus the Falcons is that, oh my gosh, the injury bug just keeps on killing us. I think there's an infestation because Kyle Shanahan needs to change to like brick buildings because there's termites in the wood. But it's just crazy how bad of an injury team we are. Keep on getting injured over and over. And
we're still 5-3.
Yeah. We're still in the playoff race.
Yeah.
I agree on that. But
and you could be 6-3 after playing the Giants next week.
Yes.
And then you got the trade deadline coming in, and we'll come back to the trade deadline. Other plays of the play here. One, Jennings he dropped a long pass.
Yes.
He had a long pass. It wasn't the best of passes, but come on, one Jennings, that's when you should catch.
Yeah.
You're
supposed to be our number one wide receiver right now.
Yeah, and he missed it. There wasn't offsides by Houston. Got the Niners the first touchdown by running Mac Jones. Seems to be another good run. Anyway, Kittle first down. That got us our second touchdown of the game. And that made it to a 23-15 game after the 2-point conversion. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a chance. Our offense is coming back, and then the defense just goes back and just gives up a really long drive again.
Yep.
Just a super long drive, which ended in a field goal again. Defense didn't give up a touchdown at that point, but it was another really long drive. There was an embarrassing play by Kevin Givens at the beginning of that drive. I stopped it and went back and showed it to you. Like Kevin Givens,
he got
defensive lineman.
Flattened, pancaked, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the blocker just came and he
pretty sure it was the running back.
And he just literally got.
Pretty sure it was the running back.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was. Is it Woody Marks? Yeah.
Maybe him, but yeah. I mean, good for him. Bad for Kevin Givens. That started the fourth quarter. C.J. Stroud got a couple in there. A couple. Mustafa did some good things. Then Okinawa came out hurt and could barely walk off the field. They did find out later after the game that both Okinawa and D. Winters have ankles, but not super serious expected
According to this, it says D. Winters has a knee thing
Oh,
now.
sorry, that's it. Oh, his was the knee.
Jordan
Elliott and Okinawa, both the defensive linemen, are both ankles, and they're not expected to be that serious. Anyway,
we can't stay healthy.
No. So in the middle of that drive, after that drive, the Texans had 447 yards to 148.
And it was an 8-point game.
At that point.
Yeah.
Like, 8-point game, and we're getting dominated.
It's not crazy.
Yeah. So, like, the defense is playing their heart out, but they're just getting left on the field. Like, their offense needs to help them out. Which gets back to, what's the Niners formula? Your offense has to carry you, and you only score 15 points? That's not going to get you anything.
You have to win in the trenches.
Yeah.
And when they're winning in the trenches, we don't have a way to win. The Houston offense hasn't looked good almost all season. They look
they looked really bad last week.
They looked really bad against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And they looked really good against the Ravens and the Titans, which are both teams that have only won one game. Well, the Ravens just won, so now they've won 2 games, but that's not the point here.
Going into it,
You're beating up on bad teams, and you're losing against good teams like the Rams, like the Buccaneers, like the Jaguars, like the Seahawks. And then you go out and you're the Niners, and you let this team run all over you, run straight through you, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Just no matter what they do, it seems like they can't do anything wrong.
The only good thing, I mean, if you want to look at some good things out of this, the Niners have still a fight.
Yes.
Jordan Watkins, who had a really good training camp, he got his first catch of the season.
Yes.
Now, he did have a drop before then. It was a little high, but the video there showed it like it went right through his hands, way up high, but it went right through his hands.
Yes.
He missed that one, but then he got one later. It was on like a 3rd and 20. It was whatever, got something. But he got his first catch. And anyway, yes, Niners still, they have fight. Anyway, I don't have anything else about the Texans game.
Neither do I.
You ready to go for a player of the week?
Sure.
This will probably be for last week's.
This will probably be for last week's because I don't think there's one specific player we could say besides George Kittle maybe for this week.
For National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah, because it's National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah.
I'm
coming back up to my notes for that. You ready? Go for it.
This is our... What the heck?
Some of our audio is bad. Sorry about that, people. Okay.
So if I hit this button...
And then we go back.
Let me...
we're going to cut this out.
Yes, I'm going to cut this out. I'm just testing to make sure this works.
Nope, that's not working either. Is all of our audio messed up?
That's awkward. Why is there a flag? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Okay, our music may not
Our
be good.
soundboard isn't working. That's
Okay,
awkward.
sorry about that. Well, you get the idea. Our Thank the Lord segment, where we thank the Lord,
Thank the Lord
for the best player of the week.
Yes.
It's CMC.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, he had 200.
NFC Offensive Player of the
I
Week.
mean, it's not just me that gave him a really good week. He, I mean, there's other people that helped him out at the end of the yards, but 201 total yards. He is on, as of that game, I think this week's going to mess up that pace, but he's on pace to have 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving yards, technically 1,129 rushing yards, and even more receiving yards at 1,252. He was just awesome that night. 201 total yards, 2 touchdowns. All 7 games of the season, he had 100 yards rushing.
Yes.
Spoiler today he didn't against the Texans.
Oh, no.
But the first 7 games of the season, he had 100 yards total in every game. There was so many other stats of, he accounted for 62% of the scrimmage yards. Just domination by CMC. Like, if you go back and say, okay, with all the injuries, even to the Niners offense, CMC's been healthy all season.
Yes.
And he's, with Kittle back and the blockers back, and they also changed their running plays. We didn't talk about this, but they did a lot more power running right up the middle than they did kind of their normal spread the zone and kind of go out to the side. Kind of their zone blocking scheme. They did much more power rushing with CMC in that game. So there's our player of the game segment for the Niners. So thank the Lord for CMC.
Thank the Lord for CMC.
Okay.
I think it's time for...
Okay. And we may not have music for it.
I'm going to assume that's just not going to work, so you're just going to have to say it out loud.
Okay, we're ready for our Prime Time Picks!
Where we pick out the primetime games of your NFL schedule.
As we're watching one right
As
now.
we're watching one right now.
It's 35-19.
I already made my pick, though, so I'm kind of sad of it. Wait.
Oh, Steelers! Oh, they dropped it! Nope. You have to complete that to the ground. You have to do 2 steps or a third move, and he did not do the third move.
Oh, that's that. Anyway, moving on.
That's 2 minutes and 7 minutes. That game's over. Okay.
What's our record going into this week?
Okay, so as of last week, the previous week, which was week 6?
Yes.
Yes, I was 2-2 that week. Max was 3-1. Now he's caught up to me. He's 16-16, so you get back up to 500.
Yes.
I'm only at 17-15 in primetime picks. Yes, the primetime picks are harder to pick than the rest of the week, because if you go to my overall picks, they're much easier. Like, if I go to the standings, we do actually have like a league thing that we do with kind of family and other people that we know with. And let's see, I'm third, and I have 81 picks correct. Overall, well, I'm actually technically second with 80 because this one tonight hasn't really finished yet. I have 80 right overall for the season.
75.
So, like, we're doing way better than the primetime picks. We do pick the harder games of the week, which
That's
is
kind
why
of
they're
that's kind of the point.
kind of the point. Okay, so we'll go quickly through the ones that have we didn't say, but we just did. We both picked the Chargers.
Yes, because we both agreed that we trust the Chargers more than we trust the Vikings.
Especially Carson Wentz.
Yes.
I trust Justin Herbert way more than Carson Wentz.
He doesn't have a reason to have a revenge game against the Eagles because it's the Chargers. So I trust Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh and everyone else on the Chargers team. And
Hey, we
great
were right.
pick. Great pick.
Yeah, that was
blowout by
yes.
the Chargers.
Coach's challenge. Kings are down by 6. That is not looking good. We'd have to
I
turn
have
the
no
sound
idea
up
what they're
here.
saying. But
Yeah, I can't read lips.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't
We
know.
might have wanted to turn the closed captions on.
Oh my god, that would have been a good idea.
Oh,
Anyway,
2 point for the Steelers. They didn't get it, but there's a flag.
yeah,
There's a flag on the play.
it's a
It looks
10-point
like
game.
Valentine.
It's now 35-25 over there.
And Zach Levine.
So we're talking primetime picks,
Yeah.
watching the primetime games.
Yes.
Pass interference, defense, so they get to retry.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
We both picked the Niners as well.
Okay, so we're 1-1 so far this week.
And then I picked the Steelers, which looks like they're losing right now. So I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen there. But
They're
you picked
going
the
to
Packers.
lose. They're going to lose.
Okay.
It'd probably be like a 99.8% Packers are going to win. You want to look it up right now?
I'll look it up.
Okay, and then tomorrow night's game is not Jaden Daniels Commanders.
Marcus Mariota.
Commanders against the Chiefs. Now, will the Chiefs, how many penalties will be in favor of the Chiefs? We don't like to get into that.
I do not know. It says right now that the Green Bay Packers have a 99.9% chance of winning against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay, 99.8.
And it looks like they just failed their 2-point conversions.
So still down by 2 scores, 10 points. That 2-point conversion was huge because that made it a 1-score game. Anyway, so now it's still a 2-score game. And, he should have caught that. Yep, he should have caught that. I mean, the defender did kind of pull that out a little bit, but come on.
Okay,
you got to catch that.
We got to move on.
Okay, so next week's primetime games. So we're going into the next week's here, not the ones that we just covered. The next ones that we have are Ravens at Dolphins.
I think you can see my pick that I chose.
Sorry.
Because, so my thought process is
Go
that
for it.
Lamar Jackson probably isn't going to be back this week because it's a short week and they wouldn't bring him back on a short week. Correct?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It is a Thursday night game.
It is a Thursday night game and it's a divisional game.
No, Ravens-Dolphins is not a divisional game. Sorry.
It's a game with two really bad teams. However,
They
the
both
Dolphins
won today.
They both won today, and the Dolphins looked really good today, beating up on the Falcons. So I'm picking the Dolphins to have a bounce back game against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, they're going to continue their good streak here. Come on, Zach. We're going to do 3. Sorry.
You just need points, honestly.
That's true.
Who do you have for the Dolphins-Ravens game?
I'm picking the Ravens in that game. Sorry, we were watching the end of the Kings game with 2.5 minutes to go. Dennis Schroeder with a bucket. Make it a 4-point game.
2:22 left in the fourth quarter.
120 to 116. Lakers are up. So the Kings down by 4 now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then let's go into
Kings are on a 10-3 run in the last 140,
That's
150.
nice.
Which is definitely needed. And deflection out of bounds. Okay.
Okay, who do you pick between the Niners and the Giants? I feel like we can both say confidently
it's the Niners.
It's the Niners. Because they don't have Cam Scadaboo.
Yeah, he just
Most
dislocated
likely.
his ankle.
He just doesn't.
He might be gone for the season. I'm very confident he's not playing this week against the Niners.
And he's on my fantasy team, and I'm sad about that because he was a really good player.
Yeah.
And also, he's a kid from Sac State who grew up as a Niners fan.
Yeah. He'd probably love to play against the Niners, and he doesn't get to this time around. The one thing I do have to say is that MetLife Field is a really bad injury field.
Yes.
I am very afraid of how many people are going to get injured in that game for the Niners' sake.
Last time we played there, that I can remember, was when Nick Bosa tore his ACL.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I lost it. Ooh, nice block by Keon Ellis.
Steal by Domantas Sabonis.
Still down to it's a 6-point game, 1:39 to go. We might have to get into this game and kind of...
Okay, speed run this. Who do you have between the Seahawks and Commanders? Zach Levine 3, he switches it.
Nice. Okay, so a 3-point game with 1:30 to go.
I have the Seahawks beating up on the Commanders because I don't think Jen Daniels is going to be back yet.
And the Seahawks are rolling.
Yes.
I'm getting kind of afraid of the Seahawks. So, from a Niners perspective...
I think they're ahead of us now in standings because we lost this
They
week.
didn't play this week, but...
Well, that would make them ahead of us.
Yeah, because we were tied, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though we beat them.
Technically, the Seahawks are...
Nice. Okay,
Because
next.
both
Sabonis got the rebound, a minute to go. Or minute 7. So
Zach
Levine for
Levine
3, and he
breaks
breaks
it.
it off the back of the rim.
Okay, let's keep going with this.
Cardinals at Cowboys is the Monday night game.
I have the Cowboys to win this one because I do not trust the Cardinals in any way, shape, or form.
Well, just because you picked them, I'm going to pick the Cardinals because...
I don't want the Cowboys to win because I don't like the Cowboys, but I'm picking the Cowboys.
And the way this season's going, it's like you can't predict anything.
That's why I picked the Dolphins.
I kind of, if I was to pick, I would probably pick the Cowboys. But for the fun of it, I'm going to pick the Cardinals because this is a year where anything can happen. And
there's 38 seconds left in the Kings game, so I'm going to speed through my Max's top 10 for the NFL. So at number 10, I have the New England Patriots. It looks like they're going to be in review for what they just called, so I have a little bit more time than I thought. Number 10, I have the New England Patriots. They're first in their division right now because they beat the Patriots. They're 6-2. And the Bills did have a bye week, so they have one less game that they've played. But even if they were tied, they did beat the Bills. So that's so they would be ahead. And at number 9, I have the Seahawks. I finally caved after 9 weeks of not putting the Seahawks in power rankings. I finally put them in the power rankings because I can't put the Niners anywhere, so I have to put someone else who's 5-2 in here. So that's why I have the Seahawks. And number 8, I have the Broncos. And showcasing why the Broncos are so good. Go watch their game against the Cowboys, or just look at the box score. My goodness. Number 7, I have the Chiefs. Yeah. Number 6, I have the Bills. Number 5, I have the Eagles. Number 4, I have the Bucks. 3, I have the Rams. 2, I have the Lions. And at number 1, the team I said who would win 4 games at the beginning of the season, I have the Indianapolis Colts.
What's their record right now? Is it
They're
7-1?
They're 7-1. Yes, they just beat up on the Tennessee Titans, so they're 7-1.
Yeah,
best record in the NFL.
That wasn't much of a game, but they're the only 7-1 team out
They
there.
They have the best combined defense and offense in
Yeah.
the NFL. So I don't know what else the Colts have to do to prove to me that they're actually a good team.
Yeah. Okay, so in the Kings game, it's 38.2 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. There's an official review. We have the sound down, so we're not totally sure what they're doing here. But I think they're recalling the out of bounds, like who is the ball out of bounds on. It sure looks like it's off the Lakers, unless it was calling a foul on the Kings. Mm-hmm. So again, if we're doing this and we're wrong because we're not hearing what the refs are saying, it sure looks like it's not a foul by Zach LaVine, but.
Well, the ref, I saw the initial call. He tapped the top of his head, which I have no idea what it means.
Does he call a shot clock violation? Is it Lakers ball?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, it's 40. They add a little bit of time on, so it's 40.6 seconds.
The Packers just beat the Steelers,
That
35-25.
The game's over. So
40.6 seconds left in the Kings game. 122-119. Lakers are up
by 3, so it's still a one possession game with 40 seconds to go.
Keon Ellis passes it to
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart, guarded by
Levesque.
Austin Reeves just pushes Dennis Schroeder to the floor, and there's no foul. And
are they gonna call
Austin
a foul?
Reeves gets a foul, went up on the shot.
Did they call him the foul on Schroeder, or are they calling the foul on?
Definitely Keon Ellis. Just watch this replay.
Oh, he just runs over Schroeder,
and they
don't call that.
And then
and Keon Ellis got him with the body. He did get him with the body. That was not it wasn't with the arm, but it was with the body. But like that was totally like Reeves just runs over Schroeder, just kind of pushes him away, and that should totally be a foul on Austin Reeves on that. If we go here to the Gamecast play-by-play, Keon Ellis got the shooting foul, which is what we totally expected here. And Austin Reeves, he's a good shooter. He's going to make it.
123-119. Still 32 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, still 4-point game. Still possible. But you got to score quickly now if you're the Kings. You got to score quickly. And you might have to get into a foul game unless you can score in less than 5 seconds.
And the second one is also good. So now it's a 5-point game for the Kings. And Dennis Schroeder gets the inbound from Sabonis, guarded by Austin Reeves, switches over to Marcus Smart, who dribbles up, and he misses the layup.
This is a layup. He was trying to go for the quick foul.
And now LaVine fouls Austin Reeves.
And that's pretty much going to be a game because you missed that free throw. You had to make that bucket. He was trying to make it a one-possession game and score quickly.
I said going into this game, solely because both Luka Doncic and LeBron James are out, the Kings are going to lose this game because that's just who the Sacramento Kings are.
Yeah, you would think with LeBron James and Luka out, and the Kings are mostly healthy.
Austin Reeves that does have 50, if not 51 or 52 points now with these free throws.
Oh, come on.
Who's on my fantasy team, by the way, so this is great for me. So,
is that the league that I'm in, but none of these count because the games don't start till tomorrow?
I thought this is tomorrow. Because I thought
it starts Monday.
Okay. But, so what do you have notes-wise for the Kings?
Oh, they just fouled Sabonis. So Sabonis is a good free throw, but it's a 7-point game, so it doesn't really matter with 7 seconds to go. Okay, notes for Kings games for the first 2 games. So the Kings are going to go 1-2.
Yes.
Unless some crazy miracle happens. They're 1-2. Nice notes about the Kings game. The first game of the season, they played at the Phoenix Suns.
Yes.
Neek Clifford got the start for the first game of the season with Keegan Murray out and Sabonis. And
I thought he started
the first game.
And the second game?
No,
opening
he
night
was injured. He has a slight hamstring, I think it is. Anyway, I think it's a hamstring. So Neek Clifford and Keegan Murray are out.
Okay.
Anyway, he was the 9th rookie in the Sacramento era to get a start on opening night. So that's a nice little stat. Only 9, which, like, if I was to think, I probably could get all of them. Like, you got DeMarcus Cousins, you got, I don't know if De'Aaron Fox started. It was George Hill probably started that first year. But, like, there's been a lot of bad years in there. You know, like Jason Williams probably as a rookie got a start. Would Peja be considered a rookie getting a start?
No idea.
Corliss Williamson, like Lionel Simmons, like you're going back to some of the old ones. Anyway, it was a very sloppy start to the offense, but their defense was actually looking pretty good. The Kings were shooting really... So the first game, tale of two halves.
Yes.
Kings played great in the first half, horrible in the second half.
Definitely.
In the first half...
What was the run that the Phoenix Suns went on in the second half?
From the middle of the third, so 7:37 left in the third,
yes,
to 5:46 left in the fourth. So, you know, pretty much 13 minutes of game time. A 40-15 run.
How do you win a game off of that? Or try to win a game after that happens against you, I should say.
In your offensive, they had, the Suns got so many offensive rebounds in that game. So many offensive rebounds. Now, you don't have Sabonis. You don't have Keegan Murray. Your two best rebounders. Okay. But our offensive rebounding stunk that game.
Yep.
And once the Phoenix Suns started making buckets in that game in the second half, and we had to take the ball out of the basket, we couldn't run out and get easy buckets. Our offense wasn't as good as it needed to be to get buckets to kind of stay with us. Yes. We went cold. That's kind of the basics of that game, if I was to put it like in a minute or so. Kings versus Jazz. The Jazz, this is my notes I started before the game. The Kings had the Jazz. The Jazz have 3 players in their starting lineup taller than Sabonis.
And we have Russell Westbrook?
Yeah. So this is basically small ball versus the trees is what I wrote down. Everyone needs to rebound after the first game. Everyone needs to rebound. I wrote that before the game. Can you look up how we did rebounding-wise in that game?
Yes.
We ended up there. The Kings' defensive intensity is better. Like, if you look overall in the first 2 games, and because we're doing a podcast here, I haven't been able to focus on the Kings' defense in this game. I don't know if giving up 127 points doesn't give me a lot of focus in our defense being good today. But our intensity has been better, especially against the Jazz game. Our intensity was better. Like, even closing out the final possession of the Jazz game, like Schroeder's defense to close out that game was better. We're playing way better defense off the ball. Zach LaVine could actually be given quotes of saying, hey, Zach LaVine is actually playing defense. Like, good job. What's the rebounding?
I'm confused by these numbers.
Okay.
It says that the Jazz had 50 rebounds against us, and we had 33.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And we won the game.
We won by 1,
and they had 50 to 33 rebounding.
And then the Suns game, we had 37 rebounds, and they had 51. In the Lakers game that just happened, they had 47, we had 40. So 7-point game, I guess.
We're getting closer, but we lost by 7, which is our biggest loss of the season. Shooting wise in the Kings game tonight, we shot 41 from 4, almost 42 from 3, but 44 from the field. We had 15 turnovers, not horrible, not great. 13 steals, which is probably good. Lakers had 17 turnovers, only 9 steals. They shot 48% from the field. They had 80 shots. We had 101?
Yeah. You make 45 out of your 101 shots? That's... Who shot the most for us? Zach LaVine shot 22 shots today.
I said 12 out of 24.
12 out of 24. And DeMar DeRozan was 9 for 22.
And Schroeder was 7 out of 18 tonight. Russell Westbrook, 6 out of 12. I mean, 6 out of 12 is 50%. Malik Monk was 5 out of 9. Sabonis did get a double-double, but it's only 14 rebounds and 10 points. Only 10 points. The thing is coming up on the Kings postgame shows the Kings collapsed in the fourth quarter against the shorthanded Lakers. They got outscored 32-20. So that means the Kings were leading going into the fourth, and we were talking, so we totally didn't see that. But we had a really good second quarter, 35-26. Anyway,
Can't win a game like this.
Nope. If I go back to the Kingcast and the thing, it was a close game. The Lakers led most of the fourth quarter, but it was a close back and forth game.
Yeah, I saw it. I was watching it.
I know.
Most of it.
We were just watching
Part of it.
Kings' last lead looks like it was 101-100 with about 9 minutes to go. And we were like, Kings are doing pretty good. And then the Lakers kind of took it away from there. Anyway, Kings are now 2-1. We'll see how this Kings season goes. There's other notes I have. The
Kings are technically, actually not after tonight, but before tonight, we were technically in the playoff race. We were the 6th seed.
Yeah, that means nothing after 2 games.
I know.
But it's fun to look at.
The Chicago Bulls are the 1 seed right now in the Eastern Conference. Now, I don't know if this is updated with games that happened Sunday, but...
Yeah, and then you got the Spurs and the Thunder with 3-0.
Do you have anything else for the Kings?
Wemby looks really good.
I'm scared. I'm just like, okay, so it's going to be the Thunder and the Spurs, and whoever comes out of the East for the next, 10 years. And I just got to sit here and be a Kings fan.
Okay. We will try to find hope for the Kings fans.
Yes. There will be some hope. There will be some hope.
In the next 4 years. Okay. We're already over it. About an hour.
Let's talk about this.
Okay, sure. Okay, are you going to put that up on the...
I'll put it up on the image.
Okay.
Video. So the new sort of, what is it, playing tournament, not playing tournament.
NBA Cup?
NBA in-season tournament.
Yes.
In-season cup.
NBA Cup, it's called.
The Sacramento Kings court got revealed. It doesn't look bad. I agree with that. It doesn't look bad. But it's gray for the 3rd year in a row is my problem with it. Now, gray's not a bad color for a court. You could go ask the Brooklyn Nets what color of court they have. But we can have like a purple court.
Well, when you look at the picture, I like how they have kind of these white outlines.
Yes.
It looks like it's a crown, kind of a crown going out. That's kind of cool, but will you really see it on TV is my question. Like, will you really see that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
You're just trying to say something a little more positive than just saying,
yes.
Well, the Kings suck again.
Well, okay, so go back to the game that we just watched here.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Reeves, you mentioned 51 points. Like, come on.
I thought we were supposed to be playing better defense.
If you're giving up 51 points and Keon Ellis only plays 18 minutes, like, put Keon Ellis on Austin Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he only playing 18 minutes? Oh, he fell down. Okay, maybe that's why.
I saw as well that he had 3 fouls in 5 minutes in like the second quarter, and every single one of them were like ticky-tack fouls while he was guarding Austin Reeves.
Yeah. Other interesting thing. Interesting things about the Kings. Trying to talk about something that's not horrible.
Yes.
Dylan Cardwell is getting a... Did you see
Who?
Do you even know who Dylan Cardwell is?
Not a shot.
So he's an undrafted free agent that we signed. He is from, I think it's Alabama, who played really good, and I think they got to the Final Four.
Okay, then.
Anyway, and so he's supposed to be really good at defense. Like, he's a really good defender, okay? Dylan Cardwell, where's he from? Oh, Auburn. Auburn. Wasn't Auburn? I think they were in the Final Four last year. I forget how good they did. Anyway, He's from Auburn. Okay, really good defender. He was in the closing lineup in the last 5 minutes of the game against the game we lost against the Suns.
Why?
Because we didn't have Sabonis in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Eubanks was not doing very good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And so Cardwell's out there playing defense. And he played 13 minutes tonight. Like, he looks like the backup center. which was an interesting thing. We saw for a little bit in the first half. Eubanks and Dylan Cardwell played together, but Drew Eubanks only gets 4 minutes tonight. Cardwell gets 13. Now, neither one of them scored, and they've had about 3 to 2 rebound wise. But and Cardwell did have 1 steal and 1 block, and 4 fouls. But as a young guy, that's probably what you expected. So I'm interested to see how Dylan Cardwell is gonna grow. Isaac Jones played 1 minute, in case you want to know.
Sick. Bench depth.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook and Malik Monk off the bench, 27 and 24 minutes. If I look at just these minutes, and because we kind of half watched the game while we're talking here, I thought we were have to have because the Kings are supposed to be playing really hard defense. Supposed to be. You need to play a good amount of people and rotate them in to do that. Is it already 3 games in the season?
You're not Tom Thibodeau, Doug Christie. You don't have the New York Knicks who have 5 superstar level players who can all play 40 minutes a game.
But has Doug Christie lost faith in his bench after 2 games? In the 3rd game, is he really losing faith in his bench that much? To where you're... you have Russell Westbrook and Malik Monk playing a lot off the bench. Okay. Cardwell's the only other one off the bench in double figures. Then you got Stark with 4 minutes, Eubanks with 4 minutes, Isaac Jones with 1 minute, Devin Carter with 3. Now, Devin Carter's probably in there because Keelan Ellis was such foul trouble.
Yes.
Okay. And I wanted Keelan Ellis out there because maybe Austin Reeves out there. But I kind of want to go back and watch this game. Is who was guarding Austin Reeves? If he scored 51 on you, come on, guys. You got to man up and play some defense on that guy.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't know if that's Zach LaVine needs to do that. If that's DeMar DeRozan, if that's Schroeder. I mean, you signed Schroeder as a defender. Come on. Anyway, I'm a little frustrated that you gave up 51 points to Austin Reeves. He's a good player. I give you that.
Yes. 100%.
Anyway, okay. Anything else about the Kings? I think I'm done with my notes on that, so that's where we are with that.
I think we're done in general. This
has been a long podcast. But
I need to go sleep. I have a playoff game to prepare for tomorrow. This episode will probably come out Tuesday.
Yeah, you might get a little bit of editing tonight, but you got to get your rest tonight because you got a playoff game tonight and tomorrow, if you win, of course.
Prayers up.
So, hey, thanks, everybody. We really appreciate if you're getting to this far. Let us know if you would like, put us down in the comments whether you'd like to join us for a live Sunday night football game. Trying to do this Niners recap and talk live about the game. We might try that in a future thing. So, subscribe.
Or just a live play-by-play, us as announcers watching the Sunday night football game.
Yeah, we might try that once, just see how it goes. So we'll continue
see if we have fun with it.
Continue to see if we experiment with it. We get our large TV we got here at our podcasting studios. Again, thanks everybody for joining.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.